Yay Media Group.
Is that the end of the world? A squirrel is rustling around in the pillows? That's bad?
Well, that's my fourth pillow. It's messed with. I'm about to get like a little pellet gun and start shooting them so they stop.
Pete is going to get you.
Oh, God. Hey, guys. Episode 207, and we're back from the new year.
Ironically enough, after the holidays, that's exactly what I weigh, 207.
Really?
No, but pretty close. I was like over 200. I took a picture of myself on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you do that? You have beers.
Oh, yeah. I was hammered and we stayed up till midnight, way too late.
I left Jeff at a friend's house. I came home.
We stayed in the neighborhood, but we made it till midnight. Got home, took off all my clothes, and I took a picture of myself in the mirror. And then I got on the scale and took a picture. Because I like to do before and after. Like we're doing dry January. So I like to see how far I've came in a month, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think I was, let me look at the picture. I was actually, I don't want to look at this picture.
Remember you saw me. I think you were like 203 or like 202.
Well, how do you remember? You were looking at my camera roll?
No, I think I was there. You're that drunk. You don't remember me standing there. I do remember you weighing yourself.
No, you walked in and I was embarrassed.
203, I think it was.
I forgot where it was. Where did my fat pictures
it's not
go? Oh,
bad.
here it is. 203. You were right.
Yeah, I remember walking by. I was tired.
Oh my God. Look at myself. Gross.
I like you thicker. I don't like you when you're really skinny.
Well,
I love you now. But you have to do what makes you feel better.
No,
if you don't
me feel better.
good, but like when you get down to like 175, I'm like, ew.
Well, I'm going to get down. 180, I think is the mark. But anyways, different strokes for different folks.
Whatever makes you feel good.
You know, it doesn't, we were talking about this before, like the holidays and how we're just eating everything and every excuse is, you know, well, I'll get a bag of chips. I was getting chips at work, like barbecue chips. Lay's potato chips are like my kryptonite. And I was just getting chips at work. I'm like, it's the holidays. I'll start in the new year. And I was eating, like, I never really eat bread or pastas. We made our homemade raviolis when my dad was in town. And we didn't do a podcast since then, right?
I don't think so.
So we didn't even talk like about how the holidays work. We'll get into it. But anyways, all that. So eating pastas, bread, all that meat and cheese, which I eat anyway. But all that, I'm telling you, because I put on weight really fast when I eat that stuff. I was down to 178 earlier this year. That's how fast I gained weight. I was up to 203. But all that, I got like a head cold. It made me sick.
You do it every year?
Every year. And
then
I know it makes me sick.
Around this time, I don't know why, I didn't gain any weight.
Eating sandwiches.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't really like eat that much. I didn't go crazy this year. But I don't know. It's like that flu. I got the runny nose, the watery eyes, and then I kind of feel like I'm getting aches at night. And then I've been pounding vitamins and AG1, and then I'm like, okay, I feel better. And then I start feeling sick again. It's so weird. And you were the same way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm still like shaking. It's just like a head cold.
I feel like mine's like I'm trying to get something.
That's how I felt.
And then I fight it off. And then it's like it comes right back.
That's how I felt. Exactly. And I still have like a little bit of a cold, but nothing bad. So I've been working out pretty hard and I'm so sore. I'm so out of shape.
I did something to my back. I'm like an old person. We were carrying boxes. He was helping me with Christmas stuff. And I was having back spasms yesterday. I was not dehydrated. I drank a ton of water and I was just laying on my floor for like 30 minutes. I couldn't even get up. It like brought me to my knees. It hurt so bad.
Yeah. Well, we need to get in shape.
Well, I'm going on a walk tomorrow.
We're no spring chickens.
No, I'm about to be 40. I have 10 months to drop. I dropped 20 pounds. I got till November to drop 23 pounds. That's what I have left. And the pressure's on. Well, I have to get it off before my 40th or I'm never getting it off.
The older you get, the harder it gets.
Yeah, it's already hard and I'm 39.
It takes forever to get that weight off. Like
it's so
to get
annoying.
down into below 180, which I haven't been for a long, long time. It took me months and months and months. And for me to gain that weight, It took me a month.
I know.
A month of just eating sandwiches and pastas.
I
and
wish
bread.
I was just genetically blessed with like some women or men are just genetically blessed with like awesome bodies and they can just do whatever. Like our next door neighbor, Mark.
Yeah, he got a
does work
six-pack.
out.
He works out. But there
he
is
drinks
people,
so much and he has a 6-pack.
Yeah. My buddy Nick, same thing. I go home. He's got a 6-pack. I'm like, dude. And he just eats everything. I'm like, just fast metabolisms.
Yeah. I don't have that.
Not me.
I take after my dad's side and they're big people.
I think, I don't know. My body's ready for winter and it packs it on. I think that's what it is.
I like the extra fat to squeeze on.
No, you
it's not
don't.
like yes, I do. It's not like we cuddle or anything, but I do. I like your.
You like to grab my back fat?
I do.
I think you like to make me insecure. That's what you like.
No, I never make you insecure because I wouldn't want somebody to make me feel insecure. You always, when I'm at my fattest, you're always like, oh, I love your big butt.
I do like it.
Yeah, see? It's the same thing. Like me saying I like your love handles.
I don't know.
I think you're weird. We did have a good Christmas. It was quiet, very chill. It went by so fast. I feel like after Christmas, it's like depressing because it didn't really feel
I know
like
our tree's down. It looks like even empty in
it
here.
feels naked. It didn't even feel like Christmas.
Well, because
it's so
I don't
warm.
know where it was where you guys are listening, but here in Denver, I think it was almost 70.
It was like record breaking.
Yeah, on Christmas. So it was pretty, that's why it really didn't feel like Christmas. And then we already took down our Christmas stuff because it has been so nice here. It's supposed to get a little colder, but all of it's gone.
I know.
It is kind of like depressing.
It is. And then it's just like the excitement before Christmas is always so nice. And then as soon as it's over and the presents are unwrapped, it's like,
You got to turn the page.
Kids are getting older. And I mean, they were excited, but it's not like how they used to be.
Well, they fly down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know. It felt different.
Yeah, well, they're getting older. That's all. So are we.
Yeah. You were a little sad.
Yeah, I was sad.
But we got through it. Went to church, did our use.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it was nice having my dad in town. So that was nice.
Yeah. I can't tell if he had fun or not.
He had fun.
Jeff's dad doesn't talk. Like Jeff's dad is the opposite of Jeff. And so he reads a lot. He's very smart. He's very like a nerdy guy. And he's like the opposite of you.
No, we have some commonalities.
Fishing.
Yeah.
And camping.
The older I get,
Jeff's
the more I
dad's
become
calm. Yeah. Very, very calm.
The older I get, the more I become like my dad.
You try to be.
I try to be.
And then I'm like crazy. We got in our first fight of the year already, like me and you.
About what?
When I was so mad. Well, I've been on my period. And,
yeah, you've been a cranky elf.
I got mad at Jeff and he just doesn't want to deal with me. He doesn't want to deal with like when I get mad and I don't leave it alone and I go crazy. I mean, I go from 0 to 60 and I was like throwing things and slamming boxes down. And Jeff's like, what is your problem? And I just started like screaming at him. And then you started helping me. It was with like the Christmas stuff.
Yeah. Jordan took an empty, tiny box and threw it against a wall. Like she was a tough guy, like attempting a prison rape or something. I'm like, what? Were you tough?
No, it was empty boxes. That
I know, you threw it against the wall like you were 10 years old.
Well, I asked you to take the bins up and then you're just sitting watching football like you do the whole time. And I was like, can you help me? Can you get off the couch and help me?
Because that's your project.
It is. I don't mind.
When I'm building something, I don't say, come over here and help me build this.
Oh, no, I put all this stuff up. I never ask you for help, but you were annoyed because you decided to work out when I was putting stuff up. And I asked you, can you help me with the big tree because it's always too heavy to like break apart? And you were annoyed because then I went downstairs and then I had to take the trees down and it was disrupting your space. And then you were like, you decided to do this while I work out. And I go, I started this as soon as I got up. And then that's how the fighting began.
Well, I ended up helping.
Yeah.
I don't like when people have their own task to do and then they task other people to help them with their task. Do you know what I mean?
You
like,
always
I
do
don't
that.
like when people, when
I
someone's
did not
like,
ask
hey,
you one time to
where are you
help
going?
me.
I'm running to the store. Could you pick me up something? No, you go to the store. Hey,
Well,
I'm going to do this. Could you do something? No, it's yours. I don't help you when I'm doing something. When I'm doing my project, I don't say, hey, come over here and let's do this together.
Well, I didn't ask you one time to help me. I put everything up.
I spent the whole afternoon taking Christmas stuff down after that.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
You did
I
the
did.
outside. I did all the hard stuff. All I did was ask you after I got the bins full. I said, can you help me carry them down because they were super heavy?
And I did.
And you did. Yeah.
So what are you fighting about?
I'm not fighting anymore, but I was so mad, you guys.
Ooh, she threw a box against the wall.
I purposely, one of the trees has like frosting stuff on it, and I threw it down where he works out so all that snow would be on your mat.
Vacuumed it.
I know. I did it on purpose because you made me mad. And I was like, I'm going to ruin his workout spot.
All right, let's take a break. It is officially 2026, and that means new year, new habits.
Oh my gosh. I thought you were going to say new year, new you. I am going on my second year of drinking AG1 on to AG1. And I love it because you get all your vitamins. It's good for your gut health. You feel good. You feel energized.
That's right. It's the easiest goal to implement in 2026 is AG1. Stick with that. You're going to thank us later. It has pre and probiotics. It's good for your gut health, like Jordan said. It has everything you need to kick off your new year right.
I prefer 4 ounces of water, 1 scoop. I put a little drop of vitamin D3, K2, shake it up, good to go.
And now they have citrus, berry, and tropical. I'm a tropical kind of guy, but I'm also an original kind of guy too. But they do have added flavors in case that's your flavor.
AG1 has over 50,000 verified 5-star reviews and comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to drinkag1.com/togetherness to get their best offer. For a limited time only, get a free AG1 duffel bag and a free AG1 welcome kit with your first subscription order, only while supplies last. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness. drinkag1.com/togetherness.
Start the New Year's off on the right foot.
See how petty I am?
All right, welcome back. Yeah, you've been cranky lately.
I'm not cranky. I got a lot on my mind.
I know you do. So I've been leaving it alone. But you do, like, since we're in a safe space, you need to change your thoughts to positive thoughts. Like, seriously, you need to work on that. Like, everywhere you look it's negative. Everything you look at is negative. You're eating soup upstairs. You look outside. I need new patio furniture. Everything's falling off.
Well,
like
the
just
squirrel.
every single second
There are these squirrels
that
that keep eating my pillows. They keep scratching and ruining them. And I go out there and I fix my pillows and they come right back. And I don't know why they love my pillows. And this is like the 4th pillow that they've ruined. And so I got mad.
Is that the end of the world? A squirrel is rustling around in the pillows? That's bad?
Well, that's my 4th pillow. It's messed with. I'm about to get like a little pellet gun and start shooting them so they stop.
Pete is going to get you.
Oh, God.
No, for real. You need to work on that. I'm being serious. Like, you're just negative. I call you, hey, what's going on? Nothing. My back hurts. This hurts. This sucks. My money. We have no money. This sucks. I'm like, okay. I'm at work trying to make it better. Anything else? No, I'll talk to you during the podcast.
Well, I didn't have anything to talk to you about.
You're just so
you like want to talk.
Be more encouraging and inspirational.
You want to talk, and I go. I was cleaning out all the drawers and all the closet and everything, and he's like wanting to talk, and I go, I have nothing to talk to you about. I'll talk to you when. What was I going to say? I'll talk to you when you get home and when we do the podcast because I have nothing to talk to you about. And I was in the middle of cleaning. Just like when you're in the middle of cleaning, you don't want to talk.
I was just checking in. Listen, I know a lot's on your mind, but you got to like realize it and be like, all right, I need to stay positive or like, you know, The devil's weighing me down. I need to get out of here.
Okay. Okay. So I'm not getting into my problems right now. Stop looking at my heels. I know they're dry. I have to sit like this because my back's hurting. Okay. I wanted to talk about, have you seen, because you're at your show, Ashley Tisdale? So this is like what I've seen all on the internet today. It's about Mean Girls, mom groups excluding her. So she's like was in a mom group with Mandy Moore, Meghan Trainor, Hillary Duff, and some other moms who I have no idea who they are.
Okay.
And she said she basically got tired of getting left out. And so she's like, I'm done with this mom group. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, I sent it to you. So there's like a photo of them.
And she named names?
Oh, yeah. That people are like, oh, Hillary Duff's a mean girl. But then again, I think this is what I think. When you have a big group of friends, it's hard sometimes to invite every single person, like all 12 of you. I don't know how many were in this group, but like all 12 of you are going to go hiking together or all going to go to lunch together every single time.
Yeah, I'm not big on that either.
There's always like a big group, like friend group. And then there's always like the main girls, and then they kind of branch off, and there's maybe like 4 of them that hang out. You know what I mean? I have a very small friend group. But I used to have a big group, and it just doesn't work. It
just seems like when you have that many people, you can't make everybody happy all the time. So something's always going to go wrong. And for me, I've kind of given up on that.
I've given up on it too. So like to be honest, the older I get, the more I just don't care about having a big group, because 1, I am a homebody. I like staying home a lot. And then 2, it just doesn't work, because then again, if you keep saying I can't go, I say I can't go, it means I don't want to go. People get mad. Well, why doesn't she want to go out? Why doesn't she ever do this? I just like.
But if you weren't the problem, we're just hypothetically, something else would be the problem.
For sure.
There's always a problem. You know what I mean? So that's why I think a lot of people, as they get older, their circle tightens, because people just get over like, I'm not dealing with this. You know what I mean? It's just,
I think
I got to deal with you throwing boxes, but I'm married to you. If I wasn't, that'd be the end of you.
Exactly. But I sent this to you on your Instagram. This is from Yahoo Entertainment. So Ashley Tisdale on why she left toxic mom group. I was starting to feel frozen out of the group, noticing every way that they seemed to exclude me. And she just had a new, I know, but that's why I'm saying, I wonder if she did just have another baby. And it could be emotions. Everybody's, on different page. Like if somebody had a newborn baby now.
Right.
And then now my kids are 9 and 7. So I'm kind of at a different place. You're staying up all night with the baby,
strollers,
your hormones, things going on. You could be extra sensitive, and I'm kind of getting my sleep. My kids are going to bed early. They can shower by themselves, things like that.
Yeah.
You're just in different phases. Like I love the phase I'm in now, because when my boys were younger, I felt like I did do a lot. Like when we first moved in this neighborhood, I was meeting like a lot of people, and I did a lot because you're in the thick of it with your kids. They're toddlers. You need to keep them entertained. And then you meet other moms who are on the same page as you, that their kids are on a nap schedule as well. When you're with other people whose kids are not on a nap schedule, it's harder. But now I don't have to do play dates. I don't have to do these things because my kids are older, and I love being in this phase. Because before I was going to the playground all the time.
Well, that's because you have to be with them 24/7. Exactly. Now it's a little, you don't have to helicopter parent so much.
So also this was New York Post put, Ashley Tisdale exposes toxic celeb mom group filled with mean girl behavior and high school-like isolation. And so this is the mom group.
Well, that's a little clickbaity. But
I know, but I'm just saying this is.
Well, what if Ashley Tisdale's the nerd and everyone else is kind of cool, and they're like, Ashley's a nerd, let's get rid of her? What, you ever think about that?
Well, I'm just saying.
Because who goes public with this? That's kind of a nerdy move, if you ask me.
I wouldn't have gone.
I wouldn't have gone.
I was talking to my friend about it today.
Throw people under the bus on this podcast, and none of us are famous.
Exactly.
If I was famous, I wouldn't throw people under the bus.
I wouldn't have called someone out. That's just me. I would have left it. So obviously she's hurt. So something must have happened, you know?
Has she heard about the kids or heard about everyone she named as more famous than she is? What's Ashley Tisdale from?
I think she did High School Musical.
Yeah, Mandy Moore was way more popular.
Again, I saw another thing on Instagram because everybody's talking about it and somebody did a breakdown. Again, do not know if this is fact or not. This is just what I saw someone say. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. She was talking about, I think some of the girls got upset with her during the LA fires because she was talking about building her vacation home and like Mandy Moore. I don't know if Mandy Moore's house burned down or something. I think her house was damaged or it burned down.
Mandy Moore?
Yeah. And so it said that I think Hillary Duff or one of the girls let Mandy Moore come stay with her and that it was insensitive. And people were investigating and going back to see when she stopped being in the pictures with the mom. So I was like, that could have been a cause of the problems, like when the problems started.
Is this what you do all day?
No, I just saw it because I wanted to talk about it. So I just was looking it up.
It's very gossipy.
Well, it's all super gossipy, but I do think it can be relatable because when you're older, it is hard. Let's say you move to a new state or somewhere. It is hard to find mom group. And normally you find that when your kids are in preschool and you connect with the moms when they're younger. A lot of like my friends, one of my good friends, her and her friend, who is now her best friend, they met when their kids were in preschool. And then she introduced me to her best friend. And then I hit it off with her best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of meet that way. Men, it's so different, I feel like, because men just don't care at all. But like women, I feel like it is harder. And when your kids are younger or when you're going through life, it's nice having friends that you can trust or that you can go to talk about problems with your husband or talk about problems with what's going on in your life or like family drama, but you know they're not going back and talking bad about you to other people, but you just need to get that stuff out because how many times can I vent to you about something?
No, for sure.
How many times can I vent to my brother or my parents about something? And it's like nice to have that, like, we're very blessed that we have our cul-de-sac, you know, and people that you trust. And I was very fortunate when we first moved to Denver. We moved in this high-rise apartment. It was like Melrose Place living. There was always so much going on because people who lived in our apartment complex that were married were not staying there forever. Everybody was just kind of trying to figure out where they were going to move or they were building homes. But then everybody who was staying was more single, not married. So, I loved it. I loved hearing about the single life. Then there was like a strip club down the street from where we lived. And this one guy, he always went to the strip club. And I loved hearing about like all his nights. And it was Melrose Place. It was very gossipy there, but I was never involved in it because, you know, I had Lawson and I was very consumed with the kids, but I just loved hearing what went on outside my little bubble of kids. But I was very fortunate enough to meet this girl, Shauna, who took me under her wing, introduced me to people, and she showed me everything in Denver. So I had the best experience coming to Denver.
And because we have kids similar ages.
Yes, but I had the best experience because she just showed me everything and she was so kind. So that's like first thing what I thought of in Colorado was, wow, people are so nice. I was used to LA, people looking down, not acknowledging you, you know, you just mind your own business. And when I came here, it was so welcoming. Like people were very welcoming. I'm from North Carolina, and I will say, I feel like in North Carolina, when you grow up there, it's very cliquey. Like it might be different
everywhere.
now.
It doesn't matter if you're in Arkansas or Texas or Colorado. The same thing goes on in every single community.
No, I think the South is very cliquey. It's like we grew up, we're childhood friends, and you don't get in that group. Because I used to always feel bad for people who move.
Yeah, but that's everywhere. That's every high school, everywhere. It's all the same shit. It is.
Yeah.
Marriage is all the same. It doesn't really matter who you marry.
So
everyone's like, wow, this is my dream person. Really? That dream person that you just described is throwing Christmas boxes against the wall too. It's the same, just different faces. It's the same stuff.
Jeff always says, we just stay together because if we get divorced, I'll find someone else and she'll end up being just like you.
Yeah. I don't want that. But it's true. It's all kind of just a microcosm, like everyone's going through the same things. That's why people could like relate to us married because they're doing the same things and they have the same problems and the same issues and they hang out with their neighbors. It's like everyone's just a little microcosm just multiplied by 1 billion, Mm-hmm. And that's just the whole world. That's how it's made up. And I'm kind of I don't know. The older I get, I always want to like figure out. My big thing is like, why is this? Why does this person act like this? Why is this the way it is? And I'm coming to the realization, what are you laughing at?
Nothing. Keep going. You come to the realization.
Well, you don't like that phrase, you can't make everybody happy all the time.
You can't make anyone happy.
But I used to like ponder that and say like, well, why can't I? It's impossible. Mother Teresa can't. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Keep going.
Do I have something on my face?
No, keep going. Keep going.
I feel like you're tricking me.
No.
Anyways, the point I'm making is I heard this phrase the other day and I'm like, I forgot where I heard it. I'll figure out where I heard it. But they said, you can't make everybody happy all the time because everybody's not happy. Mm-hmm. And that really clicked with me. I'm like, you know what? A lot of this stuff that you see on Instagram, a lot of the problems, whether it's in your own neighborhood or old friends or old family, whatever it is, they're not happy with themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And then when something goes wrong in your life and you're kind of down and you're not that positive one to kind of overlook things or look the other way, and then you're facing shit and then you're dealing with that person's shit, you come to realize like, I don't care that much about you and I don't care about your problems or what's going on. You're just a gossipy little
bee.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, and instead of getting angry at them, I'm more indifferent with them. Like, I don't care what you do. I don't care what happens. You obviously don't care what happens in my life. I really don't care what happens in your life. I'm sorry if something bad happens, but when bad things happen to me, you didn't seem to care. So I really don't care what happens in your life. It sounds like petty, but it's more like I don't care instead of wishing bad things on you.
Well, everybody's got something. The people that scare me the most are the ones that pretend like they're perfect. And then I'm like, what are you hiding? That's what I always think when somebody seems so perfect. I'm like, what's going on in your relationship? What's going on in your life?
Again, it's like the internet thing. I don't even know what's real anymore. I look at the internet. I don't know what's real.
Oh, what's AI?
Yeah. What's AI? When I was on DBL, I was like up to date on all the news and everything and what's going on.
And now you're like, no.
And now, like because I went back to work this week. So sometimes I sit there and I'll scroll a little bit and I'll catch myself like, what am I doing? But it's like just everything like politically is like, doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to get into politics and things like that. But we just got this guy from Venezuela. You hear about like all this? I don't even know. I forgot his name. But I guess I saw clips of like, both parties, like Obama wanted to get him out of there. Kamala was talking about getting him out of there. Trump gets him out of there. And then there's like protests. Why did you get him out of there? I thought everybody wanted to get him out of there. I don't even know what's happening. It's just like everyone's crazy. No matter what you do, whether it's politically or trying to do a good thing, if you're on this side of the aisle or that side of the aisle, people just hate you for no reason. And it's like, there's too much to juggle. If you look at all that stuff, there's just too much to juggle in the world. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know, just because someone's on that side, you have to hate them. It's insane to me. I don't understand the world. So it's kind of depressing in a way. I love football. I love the Bears. Know. Yeah. I grew up on the Bears. I love it. I don't hate somebody because they like the Packers. They're our rival. I'm like, oh man, you've been whipping our ass for years. I'm going to get you next year. You know what I mean? I'm not even on the team. What do I care? But people are so insane with like taking these sides. I'm not just saying politically, with everything in life. It's like people just side and they have no idea what they're talking about or what side, why they're on this side. And it drives me crazy. I'm like, you don't even know what you're saying.
So what's your solution?
shut off the internet. Stop looking at it because it drives me crazy. They talk to these people in the street. Nobody even knows what they're talking about. You're protesting. It's Tuesday. Go get a job. It's Tuesday. You know what I mean? I don't know. I see you get me worked up with this
How
stuff.
did talking about Ashley Tisdale turn into politics?
It's not politics. It's the same shit. It's gossipy. And people are going to take side. Well, I'm on Mandy Moore's side because I love This Is Us. And it's the same shit. It doesn't matter if it's politics.
I wouldn't have, if, again, we've said this before, I wouldn't have gone on the internet about it because now she's really getting bashed in the group chat.
Which one?
Right now. Ashley Tisdale is probably getting bashed in the group chat right now. Like, oh my God, cannot believe she called us out.
Oh, for
now
sure.
She's like, oh yeah, I can only imagine.
That's kind of I don't like that move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have called out. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest with you, but it's a new year. I was supposed to turn over a new leaf, but it sounds like the old Jeff a lot.
I was talking to a neighbor. It was so funny. And it's just like when you're venting to your neighbors. This is just when you were going off what I was smiling about because we were.
Why'd you see me start getting worked up? Is that what you're laughing at?
No, because her husband, the thing she was complaining about with her husband, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Jeff. And like, we were cracking up. It wasn't us like talking shit. We were just cracking up. And then we were having like a couple drinks. And then we both said, just give them sex. And they just like, they're nicer.
That's a solution.
Like we were just like cracking up about it. She's like, I know. If I just give him sex, then he just leaves me alone.
Well, that's a good answer. I like that answer. There's a solution.
And I was laughing so hard. I was like crying because it's so true. Because I was like, if they're not getting it, they're moody.
How about you? It's the same for you too. I notice you're a little happier. Just
so funny. I don't know, because like I feel like women say the same thing.
I told you, it's all the same. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what's that that movie with Jim Carrey where it's like the fake world? You know what? The Truman Show.
Oh yeah. I've never seen it.
Sometimes I feel like we are living in like, what do you call that? You know, like when the world's already played out for you. You ever hear that theory?
What is it called?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I do. Oh, you mean, hang on, there's a movie with Channing Tatum in it. I think it's Channing Tatum. And it's like that. It's already played out. And then he's like going through it.
Because we're all doing the same thing. Everyone's doing the same thing. But for some reason, we keep fighting about everything. I don't know. It's so weird. Like the politics and things really have gotten out of control. It's not like I'm getting involved. Just like when I hear things.
I stopped watching it on the news.
If I'm at work or in a group situation over the holidays, like someone's got to throw a little political ad in there for themselves. I'm like, why would you do that? I'm glad you did because I know where you stand and I think you're a huge nerd, but why would you do that? You're trying to engage me and I'm not going to engage, but it's just like, I don't know. People are so insane on both sides. If you're far left or far right, you're insane. And if that's all you talk about.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't want to talk politics.
I'm talking philosophy, just life. I'm not talking about politics. I think
people are insane. I could say a million other things about it, but yeah, people are crazy.
But I just stay away. Does anyone think on their own anymore? Like, does anyone have an independent thought? Or does everyone read something and then they're like, I'm team Tisdale. And you're like, you don't even know who that is. Are you insane? You don't even know who Ashley Tisdale is.
You know, I told a girlfriend of mine, there's people I've met that I was talking to a friend who was actually here. And she came in town and she came to our house like a couple days and she was my good friend in LA. And we were talking and she's friends with this other girl who's on a reality show right now. And I was like, oh, like on the show, I was like, I don't really like her. And she's like, no, she's amazing. She's so awesome. And how sweet she is. But I'm like, oh, my friend if my friend's friends with her, I'm sure she is cool. And it's like, I've met people before on reality shows where on the reality shows I've been like, oh my God, I love them. And then when I've met them in person, I'm like, okay, I don't like you. Like, you're not really my type of person. And then there's been people I've watched that are the villains on the show. And I'm like, I like you, Just recently I met someone and they were like, oh, I was on this show. And I was like, oh, I've never seen it. And she's like, oh, well, I was the villain. And I hung out with her and I was like, I love you. You're awesome. How were you the villain?
All right, everybody, it's officially 2026 and the new year means a new you.
And school has officially started back and sports have just started this week. So we are busy and Hungry Root keeps things organized in our house.
That's right. A lot of us have New Year's goals, but a lot of those fail within the first couple of days or the first couple of weeks. Jordan's goal was to cook more this new year, and that goal has failed. And that's where Hungry Root comes into play and keeps everybody happy.
Hungry Root plans all of our meals for the week, fills the cart, and delivers everything that we will eat healthy every day, all while fitting my health goals and Jeff's dietary preferences and budget. Hungry Root now has over 50,000 chef-crafted recipes to choose from each week, with many ready in 15 minutes or less. And I love that because I don't like something that takes a long time.
That's right. The new year means me not being at home as much. I'm going to be working towards my goals financially as well as physically. And that means I'm not going to cook as much as I did over the holidays. And that's why I love Hungry Root.
Hungry Root also holds all of its food to high standards. And Hungry Root makes it incredibly easy to get going and actually stick with your New Year's resolution, start fresh, and eating healthy.
You're going to love Hungry Root as much as I do. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/togetherness and use code Togethermess. That's hungryroot.com/togetherness, code Togethermess to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life.
You can't go off by what you see on the shows.
No, you can't.
Because people that you meet sometimes, like, I feel like the people who I've been like, oh, I don't like on the shows, I actually like them in person. And the people that I like, I don't like.
Well, I think now reality shows, because it's so ingrained in society, you're almost playing a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're leaning into whatever part of you is drawn out.
Well, because people need to know they're producing a show, so there has to be drama. So everyone's casted as someone. You were like the athlete guy. I was like the all-American.
Yeah, but it's not just like, maybe it is real. I think the reality TV of it being filmed kind of accentuates everything. But I mean, again, go back to like the high school, just microcosm, right? Mm-hmm. There's the jocks, the nerds, it's all that. But you lean into whatever character you are. You know, like there's the slutty girl. I don't know why, but she leans into having sex more. There's the nerd who studies more.
If I
There's
had a
the bully who picks on people. It's like you get accentuated more. You know, even in high school, just look at like the microcosm, like, oh, there's the daredevil. Well, you keep doing daredevil stuff, that's just like high school. But then when you're on TV, it's the same thing, but it's multiplied because you're kind of, that character comes out a little bit and you're getting, some people love even playing a villain or getting bad press. For some people, they thrive off that. Just the attention, whether it's good or bad, they thrive off the attention. Like, I don't care if I am the villain. As long as people are watching me and I keep getting on shows, I'm going to keep doing it. Even though I hate that I'm the villain, I'm going to keep playing that character because it's getting me recognition. And even if people hate me, at least they're thinking about me.
But I think some people go on these reality shows and like some of the housewives, and it's like they will do whatever for attention. Like they'll sell their soul. I have so much respect for Stephanie from Dallas because she's not that type of person. She's like, I want to focus on my kids and my family, and she stepped out of it. I'm like, I respect you for that because there's some housewives that would never do that because they need the fame. They need the money. If they stay in the limelight, they still keep getting attention.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, they just need the attention. They live off that.
But see, I don't like that
Me
at
neither.
all. Or there's others that go on that just need a paycheck. And I mean, I respect that too, because they're just trying to.
We've been there.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've
marriage
been there,
boot
so we
camp.
can't be throwing stones in a glass house.
No, I wouldn't throw stones, but I know some people, they have their regular jobs and then they go do these shows because they make like 100,000. And then, I mean, good for them. I'm not bashing anyone for that. You got to do what you have to do.
Right.
But they're doing it to provide for their family. These other people, I can't stand the attention getters.
Well, some of them, I don't even know if they're providing it for their family. I think it's more of a selfish impulse that they need to be wanted in some scenario. You know, I get wanting to feed your family and get a job and that it's a big paycheck all at once. So that's great. God bless you for doing that. But I think there are some people where they're fine with the money. They need to be wanted in some way. They need to be cast on the next thing. I got to be on this. Otherwise, my life's over.
I remember my grandpa telling me when I was younger, and this was like when Jeff and I were relevant. This was a long time ago. And we kept getting like jobs and kept getting things like asked to do shows. And I remember my grandpa goes, what does your future look like? He goes, because this isn't going to be forever. And I remember thinking about that and him saying, if you end up with Jeff, because we were dating at the time, he didn't know. He was like, if you end up with Jeff, what are you going to do? This isn't going to last forever. And my grandpa always kept me in check. And I love that. And you need somebody like that to will you back in because you are making money and you are getting this quick cash. And
it's seductive. You know what I mean? In some sort of way. Yeah, of course.
Getting stuff. And I can understand when you're in your 20s, you know, get what you have to do, pay off your student loans, put a down payment on a house, don't blow it on like materialistic things. But it's, and then as you get older, because I always told Jeff, I'm like, I would rather you not be in the reality thing and you have a career because that's going to get you further than this reality stuff. Remember me saying that?
What do you mean? That was my goal even before I met you.
I know, but it's very hard to, people don't realize once you're in a category, it's very hard to get out of that, like to get out of that Big Brother and then be considered a serious host.
It's still hard for me. Even now, like
people are like, oh, you're the Big Brother guy.
Right.
Like you want to get out of that.
I know, but people, even now, if I like got a new job, they'd be like, oh, you're the guy from Big Brother.
Yeah. And you're like, I want to be.
Actually, I've done like more than a dozen shows with CBS. I've worked on a national show for 8+ years. And now I've been hosting this show for a year, but I'm still, you're that guy from Big Brother, even though I've been doing this way longer than reality television, you know, so it is hard to get. I'll always have that, not stink. I don't mind it, but I'd like people to be a little bit more open-minded. Like, oh, you've been doing this for a long time, you know?
But I feel like people, when they see you, it's kind of mixed because DBL was on for 7 years, 8 years, 7 years, 8 years that it was really picking up. So people are like, either know you from DBL
or 7 years,
or they knew you from Big Brother. But I mean, you stepped out of that and were considered as like a host, not like a joke. Like, oh, that's that goofball from the reality show.
I still think, yeah. I don't think that ever goes away. And I don't mind that. I don't mind people. I don't mind giving props to where I came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you know, things have changed over at CBS. I like the loyalty, but all the people that we were friends with, we've gone over this. You know what I mean?
We don't have to go back over it again.
They're gone. So it's show business, not show friendship, you know? And I think I still have problems with that, even in my own, like right now, you know, like, I don't know. I still have problems on the business aspect of things. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to entertain and make money and get out of here.
Yeah, but somebody like is her name Kit, Hoover.
Oh, yeah.
She was on Road Rules.
Yep.
And I love like that. Like she got out of it and now she hosts Access Hollywood, correct?
There's a couple people. Wasn't Elizabeth Hasselbeck on Survivor?
Yes. And she was on The View.
Right.
And I was in middle school.
I was thinking about like people like that. I mean, years ago. But like, who got out of that world and actually got legit jobs?
They're professional and they keep themselves together. The people... Well, I was about to say the villains normally don't get, you know what I mean. There's also another couple from, what is their name? They were on Real World like 1992. I actually sent it to you. Him and his wife both work at Fox News.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
And Tammy Roman, she's hosting.
She does amazing.
Yeah,
and she was on that, but she
was on what, Road Rules or The Real World? She was in the first Real World.
Yeah,
Real World.
But I love when people, Theo Vaughn.
He's not hosting.
No, but he's pretty much hosting a whole comedy show.
He's hosting the top 5 podcasts in the world.
I know, and he's like, I love seeing that. Like, I love seeing people get their dreams or like land, but it's almost like, again, they got out of it. But if you continue to keep doing these shows.
The point is, yes, it's very, it's lucky to even get on these shows. You know what I mean? It's like winning the lotto.
Hard. It's so hard.
And then now to take that and use it as a springboard into something else and get out of that world. I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I think there's always, but not with like, well, I guess we remember that. But if you brought up the name Elizabeth Hasselbeck, people probably wouldn't think that she was on Survivor. Or if you brought up Kit or whatever, you wouldn't think that she was on.
I never knew it until I saw she talks about it. And then I saw she like graduated from Chapel Hill. And because I follow her on Instagram. I think, I don't know, I like her.
Yeah. Anyways, all right.
All right. Well, we've talked enough.
You got more to say?
I think so.
I got to go take my 200 plus pound ass in the gym that's filled with snow.
I have to wait on Jeff because I want to watch Homeland.
Just watch it.
Why?
I thought you watched it yesterday already.
No, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, all right.
Being nice.
For the podcast. Talking about people playing a character.
What? I love you guys. I am obsessed with Homeland. I'm so far behind, but he's already seen it, but he doesn't remember because I'm on season 2. It's so
I can't remember everything. I'm just waiting. I'm not going to say anything, but there are things I remember.
I love, what's his name again?
Saul.
Mandy I love Patinkin. Saul. And what's in Carrie? Carrie drives me nuts. She's all over the place.
So if you liked, what's that Netflix show that we just watched?
The Beast in Me?
The Beast in Me. If you like that show and you've never seen Homeland, give Homeland a shot. It's one of the best shows that it's ever been on TV.
She's really good at like crying.
It's the exact same character.
And then, her hair.
How does she move her chin?
Like
she's
this. Yeah. And then she always does this like with her hair. And I'm like, oh my God, you're stressing me out.
All right. We got to get out of here. We're repeating stuff. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much. We got some big things coming this New Year. No, I just like I like when people write that.
A secret project I'm working
Stay
on.
tuned. Big things coming. No, we don't. We are trying to do some different things, switch up some stuff. It's not any news like that we have anything planned in the books. I did put on my
Instagram if we did go to a city and do like a live podcast, but we just do like one city because we're not like a huge podcast like other people, but that'd be cool to go to one city. So I asked you guys and I don't know, maybe like in the summer or something and I know it's expensive to travel, but that's why I asked, try to make it central, make it easy for everybody to get to. What?
All right.
Okay. Oh, read a quote.
Oh, okay.
Read it, Jeffrey.
Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. You carry this with you.
In my pocket?
Yeah. Look at it. You're too worried about things like that T.I. song.
What's that song?
You're worried about things that you don't have instead of what you do have.
I got my other stuff on my mind. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.